Hello, welcome to episode number 462 of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. We are here, the final episode of 2023. The final show of 2023 is ECW's Holiday Hell pay-per-view event. Live from, I can't remember where it is, but wherever Sabu is based, because he's a local wrestler, I had to pick him up for the show. But yes, tonight's main event is Roman Reigns challenging Warden for the ECW Championship, as well as Julia defending the ECW Women's Championship against Cora Jade, the Hurt Business defending against the Paragons, Fritz Brothers, and Jade Cargill defending the Liberty Championship against Liv Morgan, and we actually have a situation with the TV title, but we'll kick off the night, because Buddy Murphy got concussed on this week's ECW, so, we'll be addressing that to kick off the show. But anyway, without any more further ado, 2023, it's been great knowing you in the game. It's been nearly 2 weeks in real life of the new year. But yes, without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the final show of the year. We start with an 86 rated kickoff match. Andrade and Damien Priest realistically has probably had more build than a lot of the matches on the main card, but they're either all for belts, all have a stipulation, being House of Horrors. Our match Cardona versus Sabu, which for the novelty I won that on the main show, and then I was persuaded between this and Kyle versus Roddy. I'd rather have kept Kyle and Roddy on the main show, because this inherently is just these two don't like each other for some reason, whereas Kyle and Roddy have an actual story. So yeah, this is the pre-show match, and it is Andrade who picks up the win. No Angel Garza, no grand jury interference. Andrade just beats him straight up in 13:43. 85 for Andrade, 84 for Damien Priest. And yeah, big win for Andrade here on the pre-show. Then got our hype video for the show. Roman Reigns, Warden, Julia, Cora, all them people I mentioned earlier on. Heading into the last event of the year, Actually, kind of fun show. But we do kick off with the TV champion ZSJ coming to the ring with the Grizzled Young Veterans. He goes, well. I didn't expect to open up tonight's show. I thought I was going to be waiting a little bit longer till I beat, that dumb idiot Buddy Murphy. But it turns out this grizzled young veteran right here, Rip Fowler, beat that dickhead senseless to the point where he's not going to be able to make it here tonight. Yeah, it's a shame. I really wanted to defend my belt against him. He was really deserved that shot. But apparently Paul Heyman says I'm obligated to defend my title on this pay-per-view or something, because I know at the end of the day some of you have come to see some insane techers, so I do, as much as I may not like the people of the Great Lakes, I have to give in to you. So I'll be hosting an open challenge. The first person to come to the ring will get the shot. Out comes Minoru Suzuki, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rikuro Sarazawa, and the girls, but it won't be either of them. It is going to be Minoru Suzuki accepting the challenge. Those who know, which, this is ECW, I imagine we've got more of a smarky audience watching ECW. Those who know why Minoru Suzuki versus Xavier Jr. doesn't really need any introduction. There's a lot of history here between these two men. But that is the new TV title match that kicks off the show. It gets an 84, and ZSJ does retain. He beats Suzuki in 12:38 by pinfall with a roll-up. 92 for ZSJ, 63 for Suzuki. This didn't really hit the blues that ZSJ's matches normally do. That's because Suzuki's declining so badly. There's a reason why New Japan let him go. So, yeah. But I needed an opponent to fill in for him, and I thought, Suzuki Goon, that's fun. So, yeah. Zack Sabre Jr. defends against an old mentor of his here tonight. We then see Mackenzie Mitchell backstage. And she's outside Paul Heyman's office. She goes, I want to get a word from, ECW head Paul Heyman, head of tonight's final ECW event of the year. Then Chelsea Green walks in and goes, what you want to do, Mackenzie, is not talk to Paul Heyman. It's me, okay? My hot, sexy husband, the king of extreme, Matt Cardona, the sports entertainment god, is in action against some washed-up has-been later on tonight. But the queen of extreme is nowhere to be found on this final ECW pay-per-view of the year. Me, the queen of extreme, Chelsea Green. So, I see you're standing here with a microphone. We all know I love to take up TV time. So I'm just going to here to say, 2024 is going to be the year of the Cardonas. And then we hear like a loud thump from like coming off screen, maybe like the sound of like pipes falling on the floor and shit. I'm like, what the hell was that? Okay, come on, come with me. Sorry, Chelsea. And Chelsea's there like, what the fuck? Why, moaning that her interview got cut short. And then we follow the camera, and Liv Morgan and Hikaru Shida are both down on the floor holding their knees. Liv screaming in pain. Shida's like also in pain, but it seems like Liv got the worst of the attack. She went, oh my god, girls, what happened here? I mean, I don't know. I didn't see him or her. It's, my knee. And then Mackenzie goes, well, the medics have got to come and check on Liv Morgan and Shida. They've been attacked by a mystery assailant here tonight. What is that going to mean for our Liberty Championship match later on tonight? Liv Morgan may not be able to make it. Back to you, Mauro and Nigel at ringside. So yeah, Liv and Shida both been attacked. I guess we'll keep you updated with that one as more becomes available. There we go. 42. Matt Cardona versus Sabu. Matt Cardona pins him with a Rough Rider in 6:58. 46 for Matt Cardona, 22 for Sabu. Sabu was rusty. But that will soon go away once he gets a few more matches under his belt. Yeah, this run that he's on here, it's definitely not just for one match. But yes, he beat Rob Van Dam, and now he's beating Sabu. Matt Cardona, he's on a run of taking down all these ECW legends. I think Sabu needs to be booked a little smarter. I think Sabu needs to not be booked at all. Thanks, Chris. We then cut back to the medical room. No more giggling about Sabu, because, this is a serious attack that's happened right here. Liv and Shida are both getting their knees checked on. And then, the doctor's, touching Liv's knee, and she's screaming in pain as he does it. And Shida, she's, sort of wincing, But it's clear she's in a lot less pain than Liv. Whoever this was, I guess, took Shida out as collateral, but was really targeting Liv. And Mackenzie goes, how be holding up here, Doc? And the doctor goes, well, it's not looking good. Liv's got to have a Liberty Championship later on tonight. She can barely stand up. And Liv goes, I can stand up. And she goes to stand up, and she can't hold her weight on her knee. And she nearly falls on the floor. Shida catches her and goes, Liv, no, you can't wrestle tonight. And the doctor's like, yeah, Liv, you gotta listen to your friend. You gotta listen to your partner. You're not cleared to be competing tonight. And Shida goes, what about me? And they go, well, you seem to be in a lot better. She's like, can you stand? And she gets off the bed and she stands on her injured knee instead. And the doctor goes, I mean, I wouldn't ideally send you out like this, but I'm guessing Mr. Heyman wants a championship match. And Shida is in a far better state than Liv, so tonight Jade Cargill will defend the Liberty Championship, but it unfortunately won't be against Liv Morgan. It will be against Hikaru Shida. And Shida goes, don't worry, Liv, I'll take that title off her for you. I'll win that championship for us, and then once you're feeling better, I'll give you the first shot at the belt. And then she does go get ready for her match. So, bait and switch, which is what is annoying about the Buddy Murphy injuries, because I knew I was doing this on the pay-per-view. Liv's out, Shida's in. So, one was a shoot injury that caused a change on the fly, one is a work. And the shoot one has irritated me because it sort of blew up this spot here. But yeah, Shida is now stepping in for Jade because Shida has a lot more psychology than Liv. But also other reasons that will become clear in a few months. 89. Roderick Strong is declining. He's got 63 stamina. So when I set this to be 16 minutes, I thought he's probably going to be tired out there. But if anybody, can carry into a blue-rated match, it's the god Kyle O'Reilly. And, of course, we're not in the fucking about business of giving Roddy, a cheap win. The god does just put him down in 16 minutes 5 of an ankle lock. 93 for Kyle O'Reilly, 69 for Roderick Strong. And yeah, that's shut him up. No more shouting Kyle for a while, at least. We then cut to Shotzi and Scarlett. They're outside the House of Horrors. Their shtick on this show for the last month has just been, we like horror. So they're going to introduce us to the House of Horrors, which is Gigi Dolan's abandoned house. And it is Gigi who walks up first. I imagine they're in street clothes and shit. And then Jaycee's psyching herself up. She's basically in the Tiffany Stratton role from Armageddon. she's got to try to circle herself up. But she probably is a little bit less scared than Tiffany, because Tiffany's Tiffany, but JC, you know, is sick in her own right, so will want to go into the House of Horrors and beat up Gigi and, you know, make her regret inviting her here. But that is the next match, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane. You know, the war to settle the score inside the House of Horrors. 81, see? And that's why I picked this stipulation. Well, A, because it fit, and B, because this is a lot better than a singles match between the two of them would have done. But yes, Gigi Dolan does end up victorious in the House of Horrors, I guess pinning JC in 9:47. 69 for Gigi, 58 for JC. Cinematic style boost there, as you can tell by the rating. But it is Gigi Dolan who gets the last laugh in this Toxic Attraction war here. And, you know, could potentially be next in line for either Cora or Julia, whoever walks out of here with the belt tonight. You then see Jade Cargill and Malcolm Bivens in the ring. Bivens is like reacting to the House of Horrors thing on the Tron. And he goes, okay, well, enough of that. Okay, that's not important. What's important is this woman right here. That bitch. Your Liberty Champion, Jade Cargill. Now I see little Liv hurt her little knee earlier on tonight. And trust me, you can crush Jade Cargill off your little suspect list there, because she doesn't need to get the attack on Liv Morgan to get the upper hand on a girl like that, because Jade will just squash her in 2 minutes. But now I see Shida. She's the new girl who's coming out here to try and take the championship from Jade Cargill. I wish her the best of luck. Then Shida does come out, and we do get our Liberty Championship match, which is now Jade Cargill versus Hikaru Shida. 83. Yeah, there we go. That's why Shida got the spot. But Jade Cargill, you know, Shida goes 12 minutes 30 with a injured knee. So, you know, she's either really good at fighting through the pain, or her injuries were slightly exaggerated. But Jade Cargill does end up winning anyway. And with the Jade in 12:31 to make defense number 3 of the Women's Liberty title. She gets a 69, 82 for Shida. And yeah, big win for Jade. Her biggest yet and her best match yet. Because beating Roxy really gave her. She was unbeaten. She was in like the 40s before then. But beating Roxy like shot her up where she's like a 70 pop already. So she's already now can be carried to a banger. So yeah, Jade's doing really well with this belt so far. 82. Bobby Lashley subs in for the injured Ronnie Hughes. And, you know, they don't skip a beat, because it is the Hurt Business who retain the ECW Tag Team Championships over the Fritz brothers. You know, getting some spotlight on the Von Erich boys during Iron Claw season was the main goal here. And they did really fucking well. David Fritz gets a 92 and Kevin gets an 82. I think David is Ross? Yeah. But it's Kevin who gets pinned by a spear by Bobby Lashley in 15 minutes and 17 to keep the belts under the Hurt Business regime, and I guess Bobby keeping it warm for when Ronnie Hughes gets back, because he's got loftier goals on the Tag Team Championships. 80 for Bobby Lashley, 77 for Damon Kemp, 82 for Kevin Fritz, and a 92 for David Fritz. Yeah. Banger. Yeah, Cora is not the most psychological woman in the world. So 77, I guess, is bleh. But Julia does retain the title, defeating Cora Jade in 15:41 with a crossbody to make defense number 4 of the ECW Women's title. 86 for Julia, 70 for Cora. So, unfortunately, as much as I love you, it was all on her here tonight. But, yeah. And Julia retains the championship. She will carry the ECW Women's title into 2024. But now it's time to find out who will carry the ECW World title into 2024. Warden, Roman Reigns. This is the final WWE match of 2023. A rematch from SummerSlam. There's no Dolph Ziggler here tonight. Mano a mano. Roman Reigns, Warden, ECW Championship, and the right to be, I guess, the face of ECW. 91. it's basically the same match from SummerSlam, except I do want to play it where, because that was their first match, and Roman won. Warden has, learned a lot since then, and there probably would be a callback spot where, whatever. So there'd be some spot where Roman would have hit a spear in the SummerSlam match, but Warden would counter it this time. And, yeah, Paul Heyman, he's at ringside. Of course. Don't know how to specify that. Roman goes for a spear. I think Wardlow is athletic enough to do this. He leapfrogs over the spear. Roman crashes into the referee behind him. A ref bump in a Roman Reigns match. I know. Blasphemy. But ref's down. And Roman sees the referee down. He goes to, grab the ECW title from ringside. He's going to go hit Warden with it. Warden catches it. And he does hit a powerbomb on Roman Reigns. He hits a second powerbomb on Roman Reigns. Hits a third powerbomb on Roman Reigns. Cover. 1, 2. And the referee's pulled out of the ring again. By the United States champion, Solo Sikoa. Paul Heyman's got a shit-eating grin on his face. He said he made a phone call to somebody on ECW. We didn't see Solo on ECW on SmackDown last night. And Solo gets into the ring. He hits a Samoan spike on Warden. Roman's getting to his feet. Nails Warden with a spear. Referee finally comes to again. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is the ECW World Champion. 89 for Roman, 85 for Warden. I can finally talk about this because this is the culmination of, a big-ass butterfly effect in this entire game. I recall when I don't know if I ever actually said this, out loud on camera or just, hinted to it. But Warden he got a movie role. He got he got cast in a movie where he's gonna go off filming. Because the original plan was Warden was going to win the ECW title here and then carry it through the new year. And he would have won it from Roman, because Roman would have beat Dolph either at High Voltage or at Survivor Series. And I was like, oh, there's a thingy that's come up that's going to make me fail a goal. Because I thought Warden was going off to record before this pay-per-view. Turns out he's actually going away tomorrow. So, that's fine. Maybe this was originally on a Sunday, that's why I thought that. Anyway. So, I then had to adjust everything. Originally, Survivor Series was going to be Brand v. Van v. Bland, and I was going to do the spot on there, because, Roman was champion going into Survivor Series, because it was going to be Cody, Roman, and whoever the World Heavyweight Champion was, either LA Knight or Montez Ford. And I was going to do a thing where Roman pinned Cody again. And Cody would have won the belt from Drew on the Go Home show. But then all of that got scrapped just because of this one little fucking thing of Warden going out and getting a film role. Because I then had to squeeze a title win and loss in before the end of the year. So that then got changed to Warden winning the title of Survivor Series and dropping it here. And this whole change of plans led to the creation of that Women's War Games match with Queendom in, which has now also, by proxy, changed what I planned to have be the main event of WrestleMania. So, that was a tangent, but it's just crazy how one little butterfly effect thing, like Warden getting a movie role, can change the entire save. But Roman Reigns is the ECW champion. Solo Sikoa, I guess that's who Paul Heyman was talking to on the phone. He can float between SmackDown and ECW because manager's license, I've made that abundantly clear. And I guess Solo's allowed here tonight because, this is a pay-per-view, this is an ECW. Which is a rather interesting note. Because the crowd does start going wild. And Roman's like, what the fuck are they cheering for? They don't like me. Then he does turn around. And his head's kicked off by the Usos. Solo then charges his brothers. They kick Solo in the face as well. And they then call Roman up. They lay Roman out with a 1D. And the Usos then go through the crowd. This is going to be a really random comparison, because it's a shit angle I'm comparing it with, except mine will be good. The ending shot of this pay-per-view is Paul Heyman looking furious in the ring as Solo's down, Roman's down. And, like, the Usos have gone through the crowd. They've gone up the stairs in the crowd, and they're standing, like, in the crowd. It's like, again, the thing I was comparing it to was they did it with Big Show, when Big Show stole the yes chants from Daniel Bryan. He was stood in the crowd doing the yes chants, looking down at the Authority, who are pissed off in the ring. They're doing that, but they're all, like, bobbing up and down, you know, like Jey Uso. That's what they're doing. That's the closing shot of this pay-per-view. And, I guess, the closing shot of WWE in 2023. 97. Apparently I bought, again, I guess I just buy the sets for everything. But, yeah. And so ends 2023 in the TEW 2020 Challenge run. The next video will be the 1st of January 2024 in game, where I'll go over the end of year awards. But I'm also going to use that as I say year in review, because, you know, we're like 460 episodes in. I don't expect anyone to, you know, start from the beginning at this point, so I might make like a yearly thing. If you've watched every episode, you probably won't have to tune in, but you still might want to, because it might be interesting, of me just like going over everything to catch people up. So like, if there's somebody going, hey, where do I start? I can like, there's your start point. You know, it's just a little thing I want to do, just like create like a starting point at the beginning of the year by like, yeah, this is where you can jump in and start watching. So even if you've jumped in like in the last couple of weeks, it might be helpful for you. But anyway, that's another tangent. It's January 12th, but I guess I'm still going to say, you know, thanks for the successful 2023 and all that shit. And here's to 2024, the remaining 353. Is it a leap year? Yeah, 354 days. Yeah, see you then.